Hey guys, sorry we missed you. Let's go through everything so you don't miss a thing. Now, you should be reading your book club book right now, and you should be about halfway through it, maybe a little bit less than that. Just a little reminder, if you have an ebook, you should have looked in your LCPS Gmail for ebook, E-B-O-O-K. You should be able to find your book there, and keep on reading. Now, let's see where we were in that whole task list thing. Shall we? Remember, we were already thinking about the fact that this is due on the 7th or the 8th, depending, which is right around the corner. It is worth 22.5% of your quarter 2 grade, and we know that every class we're working on New Zealand Reading our Book Club book. We know that we already read and debated the issues about whether or not we should ban social media for users 16 and under. We know we've already talked about boxes and bullets, how that's the basis for your draft, and last block we went ahead, talked about framing evidence and drafting, which means today we're going to go ahead and work on finishing our work and revising both for framing evidence and to be working on Newsela. So here's our first thing. Let's go ahead and talk about color coding. Did I include all parts of my claim paragraphs? It's a great way to check. So what is color coding? Well, simply put, color coding is when you highlight each part of your paragraph in a different color. So that means like your claim or your reason, your topic sentence would get one color, your evidence gets a second color. Then you go into your commentary, your analysis. Number one, you explain what that evidence means, like it's in one color. You talk about how that evidence relates and connects back to your claim. You have to tie it back to your claim. That's your second. That's another color. And last but not least, we got matters that ties it back all the way to the thesis about the band. Now, some kids would say, why bother? This feels like extra work. Let me actually show you, right? Number one, when we color code, it can show us as writers if we're on track or if we're missing important components, right? So this is actually real work from one of my students last year. This was his original work before color coding. It was bare bones, it was simple, and he couldn't quite understand or see what I meant when I said, buddy, you're missing like a ton of analysis. Your means relates matters. I don't see it. It's out of order. What is happening? That didn't make any sense to him until I told him and showed him how to color code. This was his work after color coding. Not only can you see that, of course, it's much longer, but if we break it down like we will in a moment, he can now actually visually see, did he include all parts? He should have 5 different colors in the first part of his paragraph, and he does. And since he has a second piece of evidence, he started back over with another transition. He has another piece of evidence. He started to explain what it meant, how it related, but he still never went ahead and talked about why it mattered. So it was a good spot check for him. So this will actually be really good for you to practice. So, go ahead, open up your draft, and I will tell you something right now. You can only really color code and check like this if you've already taken your work and turned them into paragraphs. So if your work is still in graphic organizer form and you haven't turned it into this paragraph form right now, take your work from your graphic organizer and copy the words from one box right after the words from the next box, right after the words from the next box, in order into a paragraph so you've gotten a paragraph to work with. So actually, I'm going to pause and wait for you to go and pull up your one of your claim paragraphs from your work. Excellent. Now, let's go ahead and do this together. At the very beginning, we want to go ahead and highlight your claim or your reason in one color. So for me, my claim or my reason says one reason social media should ban all users under 16 is because social media's addictive lure can negatively impact teens' mental health. So your turn. I'll pause. You go ahead and highlight your claim in one color. Excellent. Now let's move on. Now let's go ahead and highlight your evidence in a second color. Here was mine. I said, for example, Dr. Bankel Johnson, chairman of the Department of Psychiatry and Neurobehavioral Sciences at the University of Virginia, makes clear that, there's my quote. So right now I'm going to go ahead and pause, and you go ahead and highlight your evidence in a separate, different color. Excellent. Now, let's go on to our next part. Now is when we started our commentary, right? So we talk about what the evidence means. So when I said what the evidence means, I said, in other words, this means that blah, da, 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 da. Go ahead right now and let's do it. You go ahead and highlight your means, where you explain what your evidence means in your own words. Go and highlight that in a third different color. Excellent. All right, let's keep on moving. Now let's go ahead and go through and now highlight. Now we have to talk about how this relates back to our claim here, right? So I said this means that while yes, and notice that I talked about teens' mental health, I actually mentioned mental health here. So I said that word. So let me go ahead right now. Let me go ahead and pause, and I'm going to let you go ahead and highlight your relates. That's the second part of your analysis, the fourth different color. Highlight your relates a fourth different color now. Perfect. Now, that last color, let's take a look at the last thing we need to do. Now you're going to go ahead and highlight what matters in a fifth different color, because now you're going to bring it back to the ban. So how does this evidence here tie back to your opinion on the ban? That goes back to your thesis. So I said if social media apps ban users 16 and under, then more teenagers spend more time, blah, 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 blah. So right now, find the last part of your analysis, should be the last part, where you actually tie it back to your band, where you tie it back to your thesis. Highlight that in a fifth color now. Terrific. Now, you should have a draft, a paragraph that looks kind of like mine, 5 different colors. But let's say, I don't know, what about Mr. K, I have gaps in mine. Or Mr. K, I don't have all the colors, I'm missing things. What do I do? It's actually one of the benefits of going through this, because if you don't have all 5 colors highlighted, or if you missed a step, or if you've got big gaps, that's one benefit. Now you know what you need to add. So find the component that you don't have, find the color you don't have, and add it in. Or if you notice right now that your colors are out of order compared to what we said, go ahead and move them around to the correct order. If you notice that you have gaps in between, cut out the gaps. You don't need them. This is where the color coding actually makes an enormous difference in your revising. So if you have those, if you don't have all those colors, if you have gaps, that's actually a good thing that lets you go ahead and fix it. But of course, if your work looks like mine here with 5 different colors and no gaps, you're in great shape. So try that now for your second claim paragraph. Do that for your second claim paragraph as well. Excellent. Color coding is a very, very powerful revision tool, especially in more structured essay types like this. So keep this in mind as you continue to write even into high school. Color coding can really help. Now, I do want to give you one more tip, and it's actually this right here. It's the workshop task list spot check. You know I dropped the link right down here in the description for the video, so click that, make your own copy, okay? The work actually looks like this, and it allows you to go ahead and make sure, did you complete everything? So did you draft an intro paragraph with everything? Did you go ahead and draft at least 2 claim paragraphs with every part that you need? Did you go ahead and draft, for example, your conclusion paragraph with all 3 components you needed? Did you go ahead and make sure that your work is no longer in graphic organizer form, so now it's copied, pasted into complete paragraphs, 4 different paragraphs? Did you go ahead and revise to make sure that you have all of your evidence framed? Did you edit using this editing check sheet? And this is a great point. Did you go ahead and do all your Nuzellas? Here's the cool thing. If you can go ahead and click off all 7 of these, you're done. Nice work. If though, let's say you can only click off 4 of these, no worries. Now you know the last 3 tasks that you have to do. Now it's your job to go ahead and get some work done. Finish your draft. Go ahead and color code, just like we talked about with your claim paragraphs. Go ahead and make sure that you've finished as much as you can of your spot check. And don't forget to read that book club book. That's about all, guys. So if for some reason I don't see you before winter break, I hope you have a safe, relaxing, restful winter break with your family. Eat too much, sleep too much, read too much, relax too much. You've earned it. Indulge a little bit, okay? So if you guys have any questions, if you need any help, shoot me an email. I'll answer. Otherwise, good luck. You got this.